Wow, that's powerful.
Thank you.
That voice, the presentation, meant a lot. Very emotional. When you see that and you get your calls and the people that you need to be calling you are not returning your phone calls, how do you feel?
Well, it's been interesting, especially during this virus time, because everyone works from home, and every time we go to the VA, even if we have an appointment or if we don't have an appointment, they'll ask at the door, do you have an appointment? And I'm like, no, we have to come because we have to see people in person. Not everyone calls you back. I know there's a lot of people out there, they've called or they've been transferred to the voicemail or they've been stuck on hold. It's very frustrating. And I've said that to a number of clinics, and now VA has the caregiver support, and they have a whole caregiver support system. And I've told them, because they do, I think, quarterly checks on you, and I'm like, some people, not everyone, but some people are responsive, and this is at the hospital, because we're talking about two different sides. When we're talking about compensation, we're talking about the admin. Those are the people that are downtown off of Vermont Avenue, but then it's also the hospital, because VA does have two components to them. They have the healthcare aspect, and then you also have the admin aspect of it. The support that we need as far as full compensation is concerned, that's the admin part. That's the the law part of it. The hospital part, that's a different part. And so sometimes you're battling them on both fronts, because you're trying to not only get your loved one the equipment and the things that they need to help from day-to-day care, but then the admin side, you're just trying to make sure that when you go to the hospital and the paperwork is in place so you can do the different things that you need to do with your loved one.
We just spoken with another veteran mother the other day, and she's going through the same thing. Basically, big shout out to you. What's taking place is that the veteran was told to go to the hospital, but he couldn't go because of COVID. Like you said, the same thing's happening with you. Similar is that they're telling you, they're playing these games with you, that he needed to make an appointment, he could come in, but because of COVID, people not calling you back. And like you said, you're defending them, but at the same time, you know that more got to be done. Like you say, it's two different games. From the hospital point of view, the people that's serving, the people that doing the paperwork. Somehow, it's still not being recognized that Sergeant Whitney is still not getting his benefits. You as his daughter, it must be very painful to you that you have to go through this for a man who served, a man who did all these years for our military and still is not getting recognition. I could hear it in your voice when you were singing the song that this is great pain. Tell us a little bit about how it changed your life, please.
Well, my dad has gone from, being independent, taking care of his wife and being able to take care of his family, to now the roles are reversed. We now take care of him and take care of everything that he needs and take care of, we're his protector. So we're protecting him and making sure he gets everything he needs, and then also taking care of things on the home front. So it's a challenge.
It got to be a challenge, especially when a man who have his role reversed. It's got to be a mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, like you said, financial burden on you as well, because now you the parent, and a lot of people don't understand. A lot of caregivers don't understand it, that they have to be the one to become the parent. They have to do all what you're doing, sacrificing jobs and sacrificing because this is your loved one. What's going on with these other programs like assistant living and caregiving and all these other programs. Have anybody come to you and knocked on your door and say, these are some information that may be able to help you?
The thing, especially when I was dealing with my mom and now dealing with my father, you really have to look at your financials, and you have to set up you have to be in a certain position, and in order to take advantage of certain things, you can't have this or you can't have that, or it's a huge game. So when you start looking at sitting down with you and your loved ones, I highly encourage you having that talk. And it's not just one talk, it's a series of conversations, so you can set up what should happen if anything should happen to you, your spouse, anyone in your family. This is a very serious conversation. How do you want to go forth with, as they now call, quality of life? But then also what happens to your assets and everything that you now are responsible for. Maybe you have a business. Maybe you yourself are taking care of someone, and now your roles are reversed, and maybe there's other things that are going on. You need to, when you sit down and have that conversation, you need to be honest not only with yourself but with your loved ones and your family about what's going on, what you need to see happen, and what you would like. And just make sure everyone has a seat at the table and that you are being listened to, because some people, they'll look at you because now your health is deteriorating. They'll be like, oh, okay, they're old, they don't know what they're talking about, and they take your feelings out of it. I say don't do that. That's just my suggestion, but I always wanted to have my dad's input. I always wanted to have my mom's input when she was able and when she was at that point, just so I would know how they would feel, having different things happen to them. Because remember, these people were able to, they took care of you, and you also, they were independent. They did different things, and now they're at a different position in their life that you just want to make sure you're just being respectful and that you're honoring what they would like to see.
Real powerful words that you just said. I'm hoping a lot of people look at the message you're sending, hearing the message that you're sending, take heed to it, because a lot of times there's a certain community, and I could speak for my community, they don't have this conversation, so there's bickering going back and forth of who and how to take care of the family. So I'm encouraging everybody, listen to what she's saying. Again, we're the Veterans TV Show, and we're talking to Miss
Monique from It'sYourDailySunshine.com.
And she's here today talking about the need for us to support her in getting Sergeant Whitney 100% compensated. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
And what we need to do, write those letters, make some phone calls. There's another event coming up as well. You want to tell our audience a little bit more about that, but before we do that, there is one more clip you'd like to show us?
This video I did a couple of years ago. As I said, I have a YouTube channel. I was active a couple of years ago, but with my dad health deteriorating, I'm in the trenches. So I'm doing this, and sometimes I'm doing it flying by the seat of my pants, because it's just so much going on. And sometimes you're in from one situation to another situation to the next. And I made this video because I was frustrated, but I also wanted to put myself in your into your seat, because I said you may be frustrated too, but I wanted to have us both be encouraged that yes, we can just take a minute, calm ourselves, blow, holler, do whatever, but just keep going. We have to keep going, because a closed mouth doesn't get fed. a squeaky wheel doesn't get the oil, and we have to keep going. We have to keep going.
Sure. So she's gonna cue it up right now, and this is another presentation of hers. This is actually you venting.
This is Monique with It's Your Daily Sunshine. So last week, the project was go to VA or DAV in order to get my dad's, because he's still fighting. And so we got all his boxes up. He went through all his paperwork. We went down to DAV and found out where his file is. It's not in Roanoke. It's here in DC, and they're still telling him the same old thing. So I'm going public, and we're still fighting. We've been fighting for a long time, and we still have a little ways to go. He's not 100%, and we feel that he should be. And so we're going to continue. And my suggestion to you is not to stop, to continue, and just to keep going. So just want to let you know we're still fighting with VA for his 100% benefits, and we'll see what happens. This is Monique. Thanks for watching.
So give us that website, that YouTube channel again, please.
Actually, it's two YouTube channels, because one piggybacked off of my website. So it's yourdailysunshine.com. Either one, they're both me. One was the old one was the new one. So either way.
So tell us.
It's on YouTube.
Okay. So now we see what got to be done is that we have to listen to the call to action from you. Get it that one more time, what we need to do, and then there's another thing we want to talk about, the big event that's coming up, how people can support that as well. Please let us know in your own words how we can help you, how we, the community around the world, can help you and your father.
Well, as we spoke yesterday and spoke earlier, we want to put out a call to action. You have a representative that represents you. Right now we're a couple of days away or hours away from them not passing the continual resolution. So, in the meantime, in between time, just tell them, hey, Sergeant Whitney, he's been fighting for a long time, and he needs full compensation. Contact your congressperson, contact your senator. They're there because we are the people, and they're there in your community. They come here on Capitol Hill, and just let them know, because veterans, they pay a huge price. I mean, you heard on the news just the other day, 82nd Airborne was just called up. So, what's going on in the world today right now is serious. Just what's going on over in Ukraine, and everyone's positioning themselves. So we need our veterans, and when they come home, it's not during wartime or when they need, or when you need reservists or active guard or active duty or whoever to come. It's after they come home. Do you still support them with the health care because you can't always see all of their wounds and all of their challenges. Some things show up years later. Agent Orange and things that happen in the Gulf. There are a lot of veterans, from the Korean War and, World War II and the Vietnam War. Those wounds and those injuries, they show up later. So they need the help and support later when they start aging and things start popping up. That's when you really need the support.
Well, again, we want to support what you're doing, and we want to support all your efforts. We want to appreciate what you're doing. Tell us a little bit about this event that also can put a smile on his face, because right now we know there's things that can make him happy. Y'all getting him in a better situation to receive his 100%, but also the event of his birthday coming up, turning 80, the big 80. That's a blessing. Let people know a little bit more about that, please.
Well, my dad loves cards. My mom was a card person. We like to send people birthday cards and holiday cards and, anniversary cards. So we're just card people. And I thought, every so often you'll see on the news, well, so-and-so turned 100 or so-and-so, had this significant birthday. So I said, why not set up a P.O. box for Dad so he could get cards, just so people who don't know him can support him and he can just feel that love. It's
Right.
almost like a big hug.
Right.
Just send him a card, postcard, a note, and just say, hey, happy birthday, or we just still support and encourage you and thank you for your service.
And where do they send this card at? Where can they send this card? And matter of fact, I'm going to add donations. Because you are not working. You need help financially like everybody else. You're doing a great service. So can we add in there a donation, please?
Well, we do have a Cash App, and we can probably tag everything to the end. I'm now currently starting the Christian GoFundMe, so it'll be Go Send Receive or Go Send Give, whichever one is the Christian one. I'll be setting that up so I can send it to you, and you can put it out there. But the Cash App, I know you took a picture of it earlier. That's out there. I'm not sure if it's still hooked up through the website. We'll have to see if that. But anyway, the Cash App, the Go Send Give. I know I'm saying it wrong, but we'll put that out there.
Yeah.
And we'll also put the address out there so you can have exactly where to send it.
Okay. Listen, for all our viewers, time is running, and I know we got to go out of here. Again, what some things that you would like to say that maybe we didn't have a chance to bring up?
It's so many different things. I can name a number of things, but right now I just encourage you just to start to have that conversation. See where things are, and it's not, like I said, it's not just one conversation right now and that's where it ends. It's a series of conversations, and the conversations are uncomfortable because sometimes we're talking about financials, sometimes we're talking about, do you want to be resuscitated? But now when you go to the doctor, they're asking, do you have a living will? Do you want to be resuscitated? They're asking these questions. So yes, it's uncomfortable, but it's things that we need to know.
Right.
Then also, you just need to start having that conversation with yourself so you can be comfortable relaying this information to other people. And, we've always, I have a YouTube video about secrets. It's we always try and keep stuff in the back of our closet and, those skeletons and everything. Now is not the time to keep those skeletons in the back of the closet because things do pop up. So start talking to yourself so you can become comfortable with the information that you're going to share with you and your loved ones.
Listen, you have a plethora of information, plethora of knowledge that we got to get from you. We like to invite you back to have your own talk show. Let people be a chance. How would you feel about that?
As I said,
You're putting you on the spot, I know.
As I said, the YouTube channel has not been, but I've been looking for another source because it's time. Because I run into so many people who are like, how to do this or how to do that, or I'm stumped, and just to sometimes get over that hump because it's like you're almost there, but you got to keep going.
Right. Well, people, y'all guys, send me some emails. Send me something. Tell her to come back. There's so much things I got to say concerning Sergeant Whitney. I'm going to hold off right now. I'm just going to make sure that we do what we could to make sure he gets everything, not just the compensation, but everything that is owed to him. He's not begging. These things are owed to him. Again, for those people just coming in, we are the Veteran TV Show. We're talking to the lovely Miss
Monique with It It's yourdailysunshine.com. I just want to say one thing before
Sure,
before you
sure.
give me the
Sure.
before you give me the hanger.
No.
I just want you to. Oh, I just left it. I just forgot. But
Yeah.
I just want you to. I want to thank you, number one, for having me here.
Yeah, well,
this has been an incredible time, and just to share.
Yeah. Well, thank you because you are, doing something great, and thank you for allowing us to bring you here because it's a blessing, it's needed. But most of all, we want to help you and your family. A lot of people say they're helping, but we want to show it. We want people to see, the fruits of our labor, and that's what's important. We want to make sure that you and your father and family are happy with what we're saying. So I challenge everybody, send a card. You got a birthday card?
Send a birthday card or an inspirational card or a note or something. But we'll get you that address. I just remember what I wanted to say.
Sure.
We were talking a while ago.
Okay.
And you always said it's very important for everyone to share their story. There are a lot of veterans, they don't really share because I don't know a lot about my dad's time in service. Sometimes, because of what happened has been so traumatic and so detrimental.
Right.
And, a lot of people have lost people.
Right.
And they don't share that, but it's very important for them to share their story. And for you, the caregiver, to share their story as well.
Well, that's powerful. Caregivers, all y'all caregivers out there, we applaud y'all guys. Listen to what Miss Monique is saying to y'all guys. Words of wisdom. She's doing it, have been doing it, and continue doing it. But we need to support her. We need to support her family. And we need to support all veterans and all veterans' families. So please, if y'all have an issue that we can help out, by all means, get in contact. We the Veterans TV Show.com. Continue supporting Miss Monique at
It's yourdailysunshine.com.
It's yourdailysunshine.com. I like that. Until next time, we the Veterans TV Show. Keep it in the community TV.